Hello lads and lasses, and welcome to Dartsense Tips and Advice for Beginners. What I'd like to talk to you today about, nice short video, hopefully it won't be too long, is the importance and the advantage of videoing yourself when you're actually playing. If you can video yourself using a smartphone or a camcorder or even a GoPro, you can do it with a GoPro. Just video yourself, try and get a view from the front, which we're doing now, and then what I'll do is I'll try and link this video in, because you know I'm not good at editing, try and link this video in with another one from the side, so it gives you an idea of how you can see yourself and what you're actually doing wrong. Sitting down and impartially watching it on the television, if you've got one of the devices like I've got, this pad thing, you can broadcast it to your television. If you can do that, get it on a nice big screen, whatever you've got, 32 inch or whatever, you get a better idea because you'll have a more detailed image of what you're watching. So what you need to do is video yourself, do it for a good 10-15 minutes, because what you'll do initially is you'll try hard and you'll be acting for the camera. You'll be basically doing what actors do, performing for the camera. What you want to be doing is forgetting that the camera's there and just playing in your normal natural format and the normal natural way that you play. If you do that, then you'll be able to sit down and analyse and basically pick apart what you're actually doing when you're throwing your darts, and hopefully be able to improve it. With the help of the other videos that I've done, the mechanics and the way a good throwing regime or a good throwing technique is, if you can adopt that and then iron out the faults in it, it'll improve your averages fantastically. Right, so what I'll do is I'll do a few visits to the board, and then you can see, watching me, and you might be able to see that I move about a little bit, because I do, and you'll be able to see yourself doing that. But if yours is more exaggerated than mine and you can manage to calm yourself down and try and throw in a mechanical and methodical way, and obviously that will improve your actual scores, your averages, it'll improve your hitting your doubles, it'll improve everything. And obviously the more you play the game and the more you get into it, the more excited you get about it, the more passionate you become about it. Like I'm extremely passionate about this game. I absolutely love it, I adore it, I play darts nearly every day. Practicing never gets stale for me, because I just play against an app, and even now, after the years, I still see improvements. I have dips in my performance when I'm not able to get onto the board for 2 or 3 days. I come back and I'm rusty, and I think, oh, and I can't hit the doubles as often as I'd like to start off with. And then it's funny, over that practice session, after about 15 or 20 minutes, it all starts to come back. It's a bit like riding a bike. All starts to come back, and it all starts to tighten up. All you think your darts start to tighten up, you become more accurate, you're hitting more of your doubles. It's just a fantastic feeling. So I'll just do some visits to the board for you so you can see how I throw. Right, now another good tip when you're practicing is, unfortunately in this room it's only a very small room, so what I have to do is I have to come back down the hockey. If you can, the best thing you can do is peel off right. If you can get into the habit of coming out right and coming back round, if you ever do end up playing competitions or even playing in the pub, it just makes the game flow better. So here we go. Always make sure you get your toe in the same place on the hockey every time. If you've got an hockey that's down on the floor and it's either like I've got here, I've got a mat, but what I've done is I've screwed a piece of door threshold over the top, so I've got something that I can actually connect my toe against, so I know I'm in the same spot every time. If you've just got a mark on the floor, get a magic marker, a Sharpie or something, and put a mark in the middle of the hockey, so you can get your position on the board correct every time. So you bang on. What you want to be able to do, or what you should do, is stand side on, look at the bullseye and put your hand out straight, and your hand and your mark should be right in the middle of the bullseye. that gives you a centre mark on your hockey, and that gives you somewhere where you can move your foot. You can visualise a mark on your shoe of exactly where it goes in conjunction with that, because it's extremely important that you stood in the same spot every time, because there's no point in getting your mechanical side of your game, your actual throwing, your arm action and everything spot on every time, and then standing over here and standing over here, because obviously if you're standing in a different place every time, then you've got to throw those arrows differently every time. So then you're putting another anomaly back into your game. So dead important, you've got to be stood in the same spot. Obviously the ideal thing is if you've got a garage or something like that, and you can either make one, or you can get your dad to make one, or somebody who you know to make one, get them to make you a proper hockey, where it's an inch up, inch and a half up off the floor, so you can bang your foot against it when you come up to it, so you're in the same spot every time. Right, lads and lasses, we've changed camera position now from a forward facing viewpoint, and now we're going to do a side on facing one. Best thing you can do is, because this is such a small room, as I've explained before, I can't get the camera far back. What you could do with doing is, if you can get the camera far back so you can see all of you, so you're all just in the picture, so you can see your feet, your legs, your body, your head, so everything, so you can see everything, the way that you're moving, the way that you're coming up and addressing the hockey, and the way that you're actually throwing. So I'll do a few from this side, and then you can have a quick look at that, and then obviously you've got an idea then of how to actually film it yourself. That's better. And when you're filming yourself, when you've done it 2 or 3 times, then start to try and move down round the board and see how you're adjusting to throw downwards. Some people just adjust with their arm to throw downwards. I tend to change my body position. So if I'm going for treble 20, or if I'm going for double 2, or if I'm going for double 16, you'll see that I adjust my body position. Doesn't work for everybody, but I'm sure you'll get your own technique as you go along. So double top to double 3, double top, double 3, yeah, 2 out of 3. Right, thanks for watching Ints Tips and Advice for Beginners. Hopefully this has helped 1 or 2 of you. Keep your comments coming, any questions, you know that I'm always glad to help. So thanks for watching, lads and lasses, and don't forget, toe to the hockey.